Samantha and I'm recording this from Sydney, Australia. Ruyan is one of my closest friends and the little sister I never had. It's my honor to be able to share a little about our friendship on this very special day of hers. I first got to know her when she was an intern at Crazy World Cafe and I was a part-timer there. I remember fond times chatting behind the bar before service hours, bonding over music, books, coffee, art markets, performances, and travel trips. She once said I was her best travel buddy, but I actually feel the same about her. I love seeing the world through her eyes, and I love all the new experiences we can share. She was just completing her diploma back then when we met. Time flew, and we stayed close despite me moving back to Malaysia, then Australia. Through her university days, her first job, and now, I feel so happy to witness her start this new phase of her life with Lucas. Despite our distance and our age gap, every time we catch up or meet in real life, we always pick right back up. I remember the year we took a day trip to KL for a music festival, and we talked through the night, trying to catch each other up about everything that has been happening in our lives. And I remember at 4 a.m., she said, "No, we can't sleep yet. I still have so much to tell you." That really warmed my heart. When I was stranded in New Caledonia during COVID, she kept me in company by sharing the coffee we made each day. It may seem like a really small thing, but for someone who was stranded on a foreign, secluded island, it meant a lot to me to have an anchor and link to my best friend to the real outside world. Ruyan's a precious friend because of how sincere and earnest she always is in her presence and her sharing. Ruyan, I love how you're always so excited about the small delightful things in life. I love your eye for beauty and creativity, which I know will feature heavily in your new life, your new married life and new home. I love our random philosophical chats and musings over movies, art, and random things in life. I actually scrolled through our WhatsApp history while preparing this speech, and I'm so grateful for all the ways that we can connect. Above all, I love how hard you try to grow into the person you want to be. And really, watching you transform into this amazing person you have become and celebrating all the achievements that you have made has been quite a treat. For me, especially. Lucas, we haven't met in person yet, but I know that you see all these wonderful qualities in Ruyan and more, and I like you already because I know you adore and treasure her the same way I do, and all of us who love her do. From what I've heard from Ruyan, you have been an amazing, safe presence and supportive partner to her since the day you met. To Ruyan and Lucas, I pray that you be devoted in one another in love, honor one another above yourselves, as it is said in Romans 12:10. May you be the light and anchor to one another in this life from this day to your forever.
Okay, intro first. Alright, hi everybody, my name is Jude, and for those of you who don't know me, I was Lucas's enemy from Primary 1 to Primary 4. Yeah. No lah, then I also became his best friend since Primary 5 lah, okay? So me and him, we really go way back. I would say I'm his fellow boisterous brother, his bandmate, his soccer teammate, his secondary school morning prayer boy alternative, his church companion, fellow stage performer, etc. You name it lah. So I've known him for a very long time. I was always there for him. He has always been there for me. And okay, so first and foremost, I would like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Top, Lucas's parents. Hi auntie, hi uncle. So I would like to thank you guys for raising such a wonderful gentleman. So I've seen Lucas grown from being a wise, skinny little boy to still a wise but slightly buffer gentleman now lah. So he's more tuaciang, he goes to the gym and all. So really thank you auntie and uncle for always being so welcoming and opening your house to us, friends of Lucas, since our primary school days. I remember after school last time on Fridays we'll go over to Lok Cho and then we'll play football in the garden, so that was really fun. So I would like to take this opportunity to apologize to you guys as well for secretly drinking your alcohol stash. So you all know, right, every time you all come back from overseas, you all notice the Martell bottle, the cognac, the level a bit lower, right? So that's us. But hey, Lucas, this is your fault also lah. Okay, no, I'm kidding. Lucas, we only drank when we were after 18 years old, right? Correct. Okay. But in all seriousness, I can really see that Lucas inherited his humor from your uncle, his kindness, his wisdom, most importantly, his compassionate heart from the both of you. Lucas is he's an awesome guy, man. He's a really great friend. He's really selfless too, always putting people before him. And this is one thing, bro, that I really admire about you. Yeah. You know that we nicknamed him Jesus for a period of time. Yeah, because he was the go-to guy for advice. And but I really think the real reason is because you had damn long hair. So like really Jesus-like hair. So speaking of Jesus, Lucas has always displayed great leadership qualities and responsibilities. He's always played this central leader role in our group. And I believe the teachers from our school saw this, and I guess that's why you were always arrowed to be the monitor. Yeah, and also somebody who always leads the school in various school events. Yeah, so this is one quality that I really admire about you as well, your leadership quality. Yeah, so thank you, bro, for being that glue that binds us together. Thanks for organizing those soccer sessions for us, hosting dinners for us as well, and also thanks for being there, man, for me during my toughest moments. You are a great human being, and so to Ru's parents, 我可以保证文杰一定会好好照顾你的女儿，陈如媛。Not bad, Hi Ru. So first of all, welcome to the family. Welcome to. I believe I speak on behalf of all our friends. We are really ecstatic to have you as our newest sister in our group. So when I first met you in 2019, I think you only said less than 5 words to me. So, but I'm glad you're talking more now. Yeah, so please don't be shy. Feel free to always seek us should you need anything. So I've said this to Lucas before, that I'm really glad he met you, and you guys are meant for each other. You guys really complement each other, and I've honestly never seen Lucas so happy yet secure in a relationship before. Yeah. So, and there was this moment that really stood out when you guys were dancing, and then you guys were looking at each other in the eyes, and wow, I thought to myself, hey, this guy, Lucas might marry this girl, no? Yeah, and true enough, look what happened 2 years later. So congrats once again. Yeah, and I know Lucas, when he gives his heart, right, he really loves hard. So he really gives it all, and I'm really glad he's giving it to the right girl this time, man. Okay, so Ru, you are demure. Ru, you are kind, and like Lucas, you have a great heart as well. Yeah. So just to conclude this speech, and I quote Lucas, always be gentle with each other, and may your love have the power to face any storm, any trial, any tribulation, and may your future life together be filled with an unending love, laughter, and joy. Yeah. So Lucas and Ru, once again, congrats on your wedding, and please enjoy the rest of your night. Afternoon, right? Yeah, now it's afternoon. Yeah, please enjoy the rest of your afternoon and the rest of your life also. Alright guys, it's time to have a drink. Alright, see you guys.
Hi everyone, hi once again. We know you are experiencing a little bit of video fatigue right now, but we really want to thank everybody, so just bear with us for a couple more minutes. Okay, so really, we know that it's a little bit unconventional that we're doing this over video, as with all the rest of the other videos. But with what we've experienced, almost close to a year, 2 years right now, right? We understand that change is really the only constant, and flexibility to shape oneself to any situation is indeed a growing virtue, as we're all experiencing. So that is a promise that I want to give my dearest wife. That as the ever-flowing changes come about in our lives as the years go by, I will want to honor and love you, not just by being patient and loving, but by trying my best to be like water, not to drown you, don't worry, but to fit like a mold that best suits us, and to do my very, very best to support you and us in our life journey together.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining Lucas and I on this special day. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. We are very honored and humbled to have you all here with us. Planning the wedding and also our house together is definitely not an easy task, but I'm so glad to have the best group mate with me in this whole FYP process. Lucas, stop. I've learned to let go some of the details for perfection, such as even down to specific papers for my invitation and everything down to a certain theme. It is more important to focus on the parts I enjoy the most, which is growing even more as a couple and life partners now. I'll start my speech now. 爸爸妈妈，谢谢你们抚养我长大。我不是一个容易理解的孩子，所以我知道这一路来接受我想要尝试不同的旅程是不容易的。谢谢你们总是体谅着我。我们的关怀，我知道我们的关怀都不是总是放在口边的，但是我知道我们都会用着自己的方式来表达。我有很多梦想，但是其中最想要实现的愿望就是和我爱的家人开开心心的庆祝人生中的不同的阶段。我今天结婚了，我也实现了这个希望，这个愿望。谢谢你们。To my sisters， 亮眼睛了。Being the youngest, I remembered how I've been taken care of and protected by both of you. Looking back, my most vivid memory was us as kids, dancing and singing around in the living room with a chair as a temporary stage. We are all so different in our own ways, but now, I really appreciate the differences we have in our interests, priorities, and our ways of showing care to each other. Despite all our little fights, we all truly love each other as sisters. Like how both of you used to turn up for my little art booths and events despite not really understanding them. Deep down, I'm really touched because I know that's how you guys showed support and love for me. It feels surreal knowing that today you both are witnessing this significant day as it is really important to me. I've never got to say this, but I truly thank both of you for helping me in little parts of my life. I will always be there as the sister you need. Thank you. Now, Mom and Dad, hi. Thank you for welcoming me into the family. I feel very blessed to be so accepted and loved by both of you right from the beginning. Thank you for bringing Lucas up to who he is now, imparting him with the right morals and values that he has now, being so open to me in different family gatherings. Together with Jie, Ko, I'm truly grateful to have both of you as part of my new family, for being welcoming and accepting towards me, especially with the 3 little kids. Your love for both of us is definitely felt, and we will treasure it for the rest of our lives. To my bridesmaids and close friends, Li Yuan and Wei Ling, thank you so much for all the help today. I'm really lucky to have both of you as my bridesmaids. I'm probably way too low maintenance as a friend, which actually means that I don't usually meet very often from the past until now. I really count myself lucky to be able to have both of you as my bridesmaids, to make everything happen. Also together, and with a shout out to my dear Samantha Soon, and YQ, thank you for helping me with some of the wedding prep. You are the friends that I feel that truly understands me despite all of our little quirks. I love that I knew all of you individually from different places, but we all have similar frequency and silent trust in our friendship. I really appreciate it. Thank you. To the groomsmen.
Yes.
No doubt you are a great part of Lucas' life. And to be honest, this close-knitted friendship that you guys have is also one of the attributes that attracted me. I feel secure knowing that he have you guys as great sources of support. Thank you for being such great brothers and sister to Luke, and helping him and encouraging him in many ways in his life. And thank you for welcoming me in with your many gatherings. To my friends from secondary school, LaSalle and old workplaces, you guys all have different special places in my heart in terms of growing together and even watching me grow throughout my younger years. Thank you for celebrating this day with me, and I hope to host you guys in my new home soon. My dear LAG colleagues, I've never expected myself to feel so safe in a workspace, and much less working in the restaurant industry. Thank you guys for opening my eyes to food, loving food, and even communicating with food. Though work is work, I have so much joy working with you guys and learning so much on the way. Thank you for being patient with me, and thank you for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed the food. And now, to my dear Lucas, not too much. You are truly one of a kind. We completed and conquered today. Why is I so funny? And I know that today will be one of the many beginnings we will encounter together as partners. By now I think I'm so nervous. I think most people will know that I'm not the most expressive and romantic person in the world. But I'm more than excited and truly grateful to be able to spend my life with you. Thank you for letting love in me, and I love you.
I should take a close up lah. I should take a close up. This is gonna be in the video
I'm so
now.
shocked.
One eternity later.
Okay, we covered already. So now it's my turn. So this day would definitely not have been possible because of so many people, and it definitely wouldn't have been possible without family. So there are 4 families that I would like to thank. The first family I would like to thank is none other than the ones who brought me up, who showed me how to love, care, fight, and most importantly how to live and accept our differences together. To my wonderful parents, you set the bar so high. My friends used to call our family the Brady Bunch, and I always thought that from the outside, sure, it looked like we may be the embodiment of a closely knitted family. But for the longest time, I always thought it wasn't so, because we used to fight so hard with each other all the time. I wasn't the easiest child to deal with as well, and I had my fair share of episodes. But how you dealt with Zeh and I through the years gave me the greatest lesson I've learned. That to grow in life, you have to fall. But your values will bring you back up, and you'll be alright. Those values you've taught me will stay with me for life. For all the support and love you've given me all the years, and for all the stories and lessons you've taught me, I can never repay them back to you. But I am eternally grateful for the both of you, my heroes, and the 2 most important pillars that I definitely do not deserve. But yet, I am blessed with. Thank you, Mum and Dad. I love you both very, very much. And I hope I've made you proud in some small ways in who I turned out to be. And to the person who has always been there to protect me from Mama's cane, and had to take me out on her dates because I wasn't allowed to be home alone. You see me through every high and low in life. We fought like crazy through the years, and we've shared our fair share of tears with one another. You may not know this, but back in the day, Anne asked me this question once. Who is the person you think will fight for you no matter what? My answer was you. Because you've done that countless of times in my life. And I've never thanked you enough for it. Boss, we quarreled so much. I always knew you had my back no matter what. I owe so much to you and also to God for shouldering the weight and responsibility in the family during the years that I needed to grow. Sometimes I wish I could turn back time to Adelaide 2008, where I would be sleeping in the sleeping bag on the floor, basking in the smoke because I put too much firewood in the fireplace. And then we had to air the house because if not we would have both suffocated and died. You're the best sister I could have ever asked for. And whilst I grew up wishing I had a brother and maybe a little sister, I wouldn't trade you for anything else in the world. Je, Ko, I love you both. And of course, the three little munchkins, Annalisa, Ewan and Ruben. I love the three of you very, very much too. Now to my second family, my friends who were so critical in so many different stages in my life. Thank you for playing such a huge role. I often tell Ru how fortunate I am to have a group of friends that are somehow so interconnected with one another. I don't even know how it happened that although there are about 4 to 5 different groups of you, somehow you all know each other. Maybe that's because I always overshare things. Yes, after 32 years, I will admit I am the worst person to keep stories untold. Nonetheless, every single one of you and even your partners have played an integral role in my life. To my COVID bubble, beach buddies, groom's party, Jude, Miguel and Nat. To the band of brothers from secondary school, the Jigsters, Joel, Robert, Dom, Elvin, Derek and Desmond. And the ones I grew up with in church, Steph, Ash and Judd as well. And the unlikely ones that somehow our life stories intertwined and became the best of friends, Jen and Marcus. Thank you for growing up with me, for never judging me for winning Mari's Idol with some weird Spanish song. To dancing to Mambo nights, although I can never memorize all the moves. And all the nights at Going Home, which I will definitely never ever forget. Alright, I know this speech is very long, so I'm going to reserve our individual stories to reminisce over another meal and another day. But I really just want to say I had a blast growing up with every one of you. And of course, thank you to the bridesmaids and Ru's close friends for being there for her and us through this time. And last, but certainly not least, the spouses as well of all our friends for having to maybe tolerate me sometimes as well. And not forgetting what I would call the adult lot, my colleagues, who I miss working with so much. Amos, Adeline and Jonathan. Thank you for sharing so much bits of wisdom with me through the years. The banter, the discussions, and not just about work but our personal lives as well. The openness about our lives gave me impetus and support to reach higher heights in mine as well. And to my third and very, very important new family. 到了第3个也是最新的家庭，爸爸妈妈。感谢你们对我们结婚的祝福和支持，这对我们来说是很重要的。我们也是不会认为理所当然的事情。感谢你们这些年来对如园的爱，到他长大成人，所有的功劳都归于你们。我觉得自己非常幸运，找到了如园，还有爱他的家人。爸爸妈妈，我向你们保证，我不会把你们的祝福当作理所当然，我会一辈子珍惜爱护如园。妈妈，虽然我从来没有向您提起过，您对于家人分享的力量和爱是我们两个都非常钦佩的。我们也希望能像你一样，为家人给的力量和爱。爸爸，你是一个崇尚文化的人，艺术是你生活的一大重要部分。谢谢你将这些价值观传授给如园，也因为如此，我现在也接触向你学到了华人传统的艺术和文化，让我非常感激。更重要的是，谢谢你一直 热情欢迎着我，并愿意与我分享你的生活故事。你所传授的智慧和品德，都会形成在我们家庭中的重要的美德。土亮鱼幸恒眼睛了。Thank you for welcoming me into the family as well. I hope that with my addition to the family, you would have one more person that you can turn to for anything within the family. I will always be here, and the door is always open for us to support the family as well. And to my fourth and most important family, my dearest wife, who I made an important promise to at the beginning of this very speech. I've loved every bit of our journey, getting to this day. But what I'm most excited for are the days that come with me. It's not just the beautiful days I look forward to, but also the days that we fall. Just like we dance like no one is watching, and sing like no one is listening, I'll be your number one fan through it all. Okay, yes, that's it. Thank you everyone, and please enjoy the rest of the lunch, and we'll go around and say our, I don't know, meet all of you, right? And we can talk about more things.
谢谢大家。
谢谢大家。